underscore version 22 for the Idigbest Deg system. Go through this real quick. This is the screen that comes on when you turn the system on. Will not initiate till you touch it. It's full touch screen. Let me explain everything on the screen. Top left is menus. Second is boom control. It'll put a dot on it. That means boom's activatable. If you hit the dot, it means it's not. Next one's temperature settings. Right now it's all the way down. You can see it's all the way up. Or medium. Medium is what you want to set your machine to run to. Up and down arrow is for tilt. Right now our tilt is at 5 degrees. This is the level of the tilt, and this can move it manually by pushing. This is our speaker to indicate when you are at the right angle. It works kind of like a metal detector. As you keep hitting the right angle, you will hear it go beep, 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 and keep you on going. This will turn the bucket up and down to run the automation. This is the bucket. This is basically the position it's in, 29 degrees from the angle we are working for. So if we're at flat or level, we're 29 degrees off. The little dot at the bottom means the bucket is active with hydraulics. If we hit that hydraulic button, I'll show you right now. When you push the button, it'll start flashing. Anything that's active. So if I touch the tilt, you hit it, they both start flashing because they are now hydraulically being enabled. Same with the boom control. So there again, you can see all three of them will flash. So we can shut off hydraulic things that we don't want to work with or what we want to use or not. The top right is memories. This is for carouseling memories. If you touch it, it'll turn on the carousel motion. We'll explain that a little deeper in a little bit. D is for dig angle. Dig angle 0 is 0, flat with the earth. It has up to 3 memories that can inverse. I'll show you how that works. You hit it, there's memory 1, it's at 1.7% of slope. And see the little line going to the left and right? If I want to inverse it, I touch that line, and it turns the other way. So now it does the opposite angle. So if you're going down 1.7 on the slope and you came toward you want to go back up, you just hit the inverse and go. Works the same way with the T1, T2, T3, 0, which is tilt. That's your tilt angles. So up to 3 memories where you can inverse each one. So really it's 6 plus the 0. So for fun, I'm going to set it back to 0. Oops. One more. There we go. So 0, so we're digging flat. That's degrees off flat. That's degrees off flat. So next thing we're going to talk about is how to set a memory. If you hold down the button between the two, it'll bring you up curl and it'll bring you up tilt. So whatever your angle is at tilt, if you want to set it to the new angle, you can hit the button. It'll set it. That's the angle that the bucket's at right now. And you can fine tune by coming in like this and change your angles. Same with the bucket dump. So we've got them set in here. We're done. When we're done, come out of the screen. Carouseling is in the memory. If you hold down that, take you into carousel mode. Carousel mode is you get up to 4 options to go from one to the other. So right now it's set at bucket D1. This is only on the bucket curl positions, which was, I'm not sure what it was. Then we're on 0. Then we're to the opposite of D1. See the line going the opposite way? And we're not using the 4th carousel. So every time you initialize hydraulics, it'll go to the memory 1. It'll go to 0 flat and go the opposite or inverse of memory 1. Go back again. And it just carousels round and round doing those functions for you. A lot of dredgers will set 0, the first memory, that's flat, and then they'll put the second memory being here, say it's number 1 for hold position. That will put your bucket in the perfect position to pull through the water where it won't lose dirt. So every time they dig, they let go of the button, they hit it again, it goes into carry position, they go back down, hit it again, it's flat, hit it again, and it just carousels around, exit out. So let's go back into the memory or the menus now. And it's very simple. You hit the menu button, you got about 5 selections here. First one is set bucket angle. Click on that. You can set the flat bucket angle to the earth, which will 0 out, and you can set the tilt angle, which is 0. So for tilt angle, let's start with that. It's really simple. For bucket number 1, you got up to 10 buckets. So if you put a bucket on forward, backwards, different things, blades, whatever you have. Right now, the bucket angle is at 5.5. So if I want that, if I'm holding, I put a level and I want that to be it, I just hold it down 2 seconds and it zeroes me out to that grade. So now I have zeroed out that this is now level. This is my true level to the earth. Same with flat bucket angle. I got this one set perfect, so we'll go to number 2. Right now it says 38. So I can hold the button down and zero that out. And now if I have my bucket flat, it's flat. Okay, so let's go out of that. Nope, we're in bucket number 2. So let's see, there's 2 right there. If you hold the button down, You can see it changes to 3. You can change, or you can hold down the button and it'll go right through until it gets back to bucket number 1. 10, 1. So 10 buckets, back to 1. So hold it to let it go through, or that. Back to menu again. Next one, brightness. Pretty simple. You want to make it a little dimmer, you make it a little dimmer. Okay? I like it all the way bright. So we go back again. We have screen settings. Screen settings are great. Flex just means main boom is on, so it's engaged. Language, right now we're only using English. But the big part of this page is what you need to change is bucket units or tilt units. So I can change the percent of slope, or percent. I can change the slope, or I can change the degrees. So if I want to put this on percent because I want it to be 20%, or I can put it on slope, be the 3-to-1, angles like that. And that'll change through the process of using the whole screen. Back confirm, that's good. Now we're going to go to settings. The password is 7867. 7867. That'll bring you in. Once you do that, it'll always remember that until you turn the screen back off. These are settings here. These settings, 5000 is the center of our valve settings. So we're at 5269. This is our medium temperature, or the middle temperature. Remember, you saw and we'll talk about it again, saw the thermostat. This is normal running temperature. So at normal running temperature, this is what moves our bucket. And in the dump position, so dump down. So I set this, and if I want the bucket to move, I just hold down this and the bucket will start moving. I can arrow down, you can see, I can arrow up. If I hold that button down, it goes hundreds at a time, so it's a lot quicker. So I got to get setting in there and I can change it. Hot oil. You always want hot oil to be a little higher because the oil thins out, so you need more oil going through to get the same answer. Cold oil, it's going to be quite a bit lower. It's going to move a lot slower when the oil is cold. And curl up is in the normal mode. This is the opposite where it curls back, so you set the speed on that. Again, you just hold it down, the bucket will start turning. So your next page is controlling the valve. If you have automatic prop valve, you check it. If you don't, you uncheck it. If you have a flip valve and a stop, so you can do digging with just stopping. You can do digging where it goes back and forth and oscillates, or you can stop it from oscillating, and you can do it with automatic or the input. The deadband degrees, 0.7 right there for a bigger machine, but stop. It's the area that it'll stop, the deadband that it stops in. That's where there, so you can adjust that however you want. Next page is for your tilt outputs. This can be bang bang. You put it at 10,000. That's full on, full off. Or you just set it up so that you're put in the proportions you need to run the proportional tilt valves. You want them to run really slow being tilt. You don't want to have problems with the tilt swinging too hard. So I'm back out. Neat thing is I go back into settings. It automatically goes through the password because we've already put it in once. So it saves you all that typing. The machine type is, we've got 2 machine types in right now, backhoe excavator, which we're on, you saw the backhoe bucket, or level, which just gives you 2 leveling eyes instead of a backhoe bucket. Don't really need to go through it, you can play with it if you want. So I've gone home now, I'm back. Got my bucket, my tilt set angle. You can see the thermometer or the speed control is on medium, so medium speed, how it's going to run the bucket. We've got everything turned on. Our memories are set up. So with carouseling, you saw I had some carouseling in there. Each time I hit the bucket, there's D1 and its angle. There's D1 inverse. You see how that little thing flipped? And then it goes to 0. Then the next time I push the button, it goes to D1. So the bucket's going to run at that angle, which is downhill. Then it's going to run at this angle, which is back uphill. And that's flat angle. So I'm carouseling. As soon as I turn this off, it stays on the last bucket you had. So I'm going to run this back to 0. Oops. And wait a minute. Let me turn my carousel on and go that way. You can see it turned 0, so I'd leave it back at 0. There we go. So we're at 0 bucket angle, 0 tilt. Now you tilt the same way. You put your memories in there. So if you want it just tilt to run, you can shut your bucket off. You turn on your tilt, turn off your active boom, and therefore, whatever angle you put the tilt at here, it will hold that angle all the time. If you want to inverse the angle again, see the little line on the side right there? You just hit it, turn it the opposite way, it inverses it. Very simple. Again, the speaker is whenever you're at the right angle of flatness, it'll beep. Basically, that's the menu options and how it works. Come see more videos as we go. Come see it at idigbest.com. This is the degree system. Thank you.